What's up, y'all? It's your boy Muchiko back once again with another basketball video, and today we are going to talk about sports media. Because Marcellus Wiley actually had an interesting episode in which was mentioning Stephen A. Smith, and while he was, making his case, he brought up how sports media actually come up with debate topics, ideas. So before we get into too deep into the video, check out what he had to say.
And it's true, but it's probably run its course in terms of the way that they're doing it in spirit. Have two people, and it's formulaic, right? Two people. You wake up in the morning, you get a list of topics, and we go through those topics, and we say, which ones do you agree upon? And you agree upon these, right? You agree on these, and you put them to the left. And then you say, which ones do you disagree with? And you put them to the right, and you're like, those are the ones we're going to talk about. And maybe we throw one of those in there from the ones you agree on. And that's it. And we just go, right? And you're like, damn, that's how they do it? Yeah. They don't make you make up an answer. Now, I have been in rooms before where I've even said, look, I'm on the fence, so I could go either way. That's as close as you get to it being fake or not authentic. It's never Marcellus. Do you think Tom Brady is great or sorry? I think he's great. Well, can you go on air and say he's sorry? No, they never do that. But if you're like, yeah, to whoever you're talking about, they'll say, oh, can you argue he's sorry? And you're like, well, yeah, because I think he's kind of all right. He's not great. He's not sorry. I can kind of lean this way because I'm on the fence. That's as fake as it gets.
All right, so you heard what he had to say. The reason I wanted to cover this is because I thought it was quite interesting. I've always wondered sometimes, when people have to sit in front of each other every day, 5 days a week for like 1 to 2 hours in debates. A lot of times the same debates, and you will find that they often disagree even about stuff that, should be a common sense or common agreement for everybody. Why was it that? And how organic were all those debates? Because I gotta say, they do quite a good job. Like, I don't watch all of these sports shows, but, I watch the Big Dogs. I watch First Take. I watch Undisputed, First Thing First, etc. And, they make a good impression on me. Although I'm not always super entertained, I always feel like, damn, like, them guys really believe into what they're actually saying, So then I remember listening to Kendrick Perkins' interview on JJ Redick podcast, and he mentioned one time that the producers asked him to make a take about the Suns being a dynasty, and then that he made him look like a damn fool, So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So the producers are in the ears saying, okay, can you debate this? Can you debate that? So now, how organic is it really? So I was kind of glad, to hear that the producers can't really sway too much the debaters' opinions, because I felt like, ever since I've seen that clip of Kendrick Perkins, I kind of was looking at the shows like, with the side eye. I was like, is it really what he believes and all that? Because, when you think about guys like Stephen A. or Skip Bayless, sometimes they can be so excessive with it takes. It's like, damn, bro, ain't no way this guy actually believes this. So, what's actually interesting is, when after hearing this, I'm like, okay, I can see some personalities in sports media being the ones who are actually on the fence a lot of times and that have to debate a certain point. I feel like guys like Skip Bayless, they've made their careers on some takes, LeBron James not being clutch, Giannis not being good, KD being the best player on the earth, and that their whole thing is never moving or changing their position on anything, so they don't actually sway. But I can see Shannon sometimes being like, I'm kind of on the fence, or I don't really care, but just for the sake of debate, argue against something. For example, Skip is a big Joel Embiid fan, right? And I'm quite sure Shannon really respects Joel Embiid and that he doesn't care for Nikola Jokic that much. But since Skip is always bigging up Joel Embiid, now Shannon, every time they speak about it, Shannon has to take Nikola Jokic's side in a very excessive manner just for the sake of the show, right? Or you can remember when Kawhi Leonard was on the Toronto Raptors after, he kind of betrayed the Spurs. Skip being so against Kawhi when he wouldn't even say his name, he would call him number 2. And Shannon was pro Kawhi the whole season until he got traded. And then, until he signed for the Clippers. And then Skip was like, okay, I welcome you back, pretty much Kawhi, the whole thing. And now Shannon is back on Kawhi's ass, So I'm quite sure Shannon really doesn't care like that for Kawhi. Like, he's not a fan, but he's not hating. But now he has to be a hater just for the sake of the show. So now that you have all this in mind, it might, affect your opinion on these shows. For me, I still respect the entertaining factor. I believe that sometimes, you can get some good analysis in these shows, but if you really want to get, some good deep dives and all that, you might want to check out the Players Podcast or some other shows, but not the big mainstream ones, because they are entertainers at the end of the day, So that's it for this video. Appreciate you guys for checking me out. Get in the comment section and tell me, what do you think? Who do you think is organic? Do you believe all these shows are bullshit or not? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.